Glad to have you with us from the Sun Bowl in the West Texas town of El Paso. It's the Oregon State Beavers and the UTEP Miners. Reese Davis, David Pollock, and Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe will be keeping an eye on things on the sideline. The Beavers ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. He'll take the return, trying to get better field position. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. The Miners offense will go on the attack first. And Jesse, the man in the backfield today, not necessarily a superstar. They'll just try to have him grind out the tough yards when they need it.
He needs to be solid in this game. He doesn't need to be a Heisman Trophy winner today for them to win, but he has to get the yards when they present themselves. Take what the defense gives him, and you cannot turn the ball over.
No, you got to hold on to that rock, but it would be nice. I think this offense would really open up with some more consistency at this spot. Now, a running back they can really depend on. He becomes that guy. If he can grow into that, this offense...
Oh, he's got some space. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line. 8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. On the option. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. They'll need 3 yards here on third down to keep this opening drive alive. Here comes the option. He'll try to get to the marker himself. Finding some room. The 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Miners! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
And as a coach, you're just hoping your offense can take the field on the first series of the game and create a little bit of momentum, get into a rhythm. How about that running play? Hitting a home run early in this game. You know that's got the sidelines all juiced up.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish it off with an electrifying 77-yard touchdown run. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Oregon State's offense coming onto the field, and we'll get our first look at them in this one. And Jesse, if they have to look to their big tight end in the passing game, that could open the door to some struggles.
I mean, he has to be the go-to because he is their best weapon. This is not a dynamic passing attack with guys on the outside with speed, take the top off a defense, catch posts and goes. A lot of it goes through this tight end. So it's getting to the sticks, working open in zone coverage, being that reliable target for the quarterback. That's going to be important in this one.
No doubt. So that starts with great hands, contested catches, using that big frame to catch those intermediate passes, move the sticks, really be the go-to guy in this offense.
Looking to throw, it's Murphy. Got his man. Got 9 yards on the play. Leaves him with third and a yard.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
D looks as if they're about to bring the heat. On third and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
And obviously it's still early in this football game, but after giving up a touchdown on the first drive and then coming out, like the worst thing you can do as an offense is go 3 and out and put your defense right back on the field. So that was a big third down to kind of settle them down and give them some more opportunities.
Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. They're dealing with a second and long. Grab behind the line. It's Nolan. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
You know, the short passing game is a great go-to weapon for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, obviously, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play. So for coordinators, this can really open up the rest of your playbook for the rest of the game.
Keeps it himself. Makes it past the marker. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. The Beavers are moving quickly down the field.
Ready.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Newberry. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. After losing a couple of yards, it's now 2nd and 12 as they try to keep this drive moving. This quarterback part of their running game. Hard-hitting tackle.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Breaks into the open. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
And that's the extra feel you get with this dude. I mean, unbelievable job dropping back to pass, but understanding 3rd down, I can get it right now. I got a little bit of space right up the middle, pulls it down, runs it straight ahead, and goes and gets the big 3rd down conversion.
He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Back to throw, it's Murphy. Pocket breaking down. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. Couldn't find his man last time. That leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. He makes a grab. He gets it in. Touchdown, Beavers! You want to keep your offense on the field, wear down the defense, put that tape on and show it in a clinic. That's the way it's done.
And as a defense, man, there's nothing more demoralizing. You can handle it when you give up 3, but to give up the touchdown at the end of a long drive, you're already exhausted. You've already been punked the whole way down the field. Man, that's frustrating.
The extra point here would tie the game. And he made the extra point without problem. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 12-yard touchdown pass. Looking for blockers. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he's stopped right there. The Miners offense all set and ready to start the drive. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. And he swallowed up immediately, stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. They'll run the option. He'll keep it on 2nd down. Crop, got a little grass. They bring him down, a big gain on the option, and they will challenge your ability to tackle in space.
And this defense has to be so disciplined. Like, you just got to understand, I can't all go for the quarterback, and too much attention on the quarterback. We didn't play the pitch really well. That's why this offense is really hard to stop.
And the Miners, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Wide receiver going in motion. Goes to the option. The option, the keeper. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. They have set the tone in this one already inside a minute to play in a wild first quarter. Now on the option. Quick toss. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There was a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds on to that football, he might not score a touchdown, but he's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yard.
He can't corral the pitch. The ball's on the ground.
The ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep two hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Turning it on! He's finally brought down, but he takes it all the way to the 6. Absolutely nothing settled, deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. After that tight first quarter, this second period ought to be a lot of fun. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Run in the red zone. It's Hatcher. And he's in! Touchdown, Oregon State!
And you talk about wasting no time. That's what this offense just did. First play, explosive play. Second play, ready to rock and roll. Two-play drive. It's exactly what they drew up over there on the sidelines, Palmer.
And they did a great job of getting down to the goal line and getting set quick to go run that play, right? After the long play, the call came in, everybody got lined up. They were wasting no time. Defense completely on their heels. They don't know what just hit them.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. That drive, a great example of just how potent this offense can be. 2 plays, 80 yards, give them the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. UTEP has the ball, the offense, ready to go back to work. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Keeps it on first down. He's knocked out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the 25.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. The option look. Now the toss. There's some room. They get in corral, but not before. They had their eyes going everywhere trying to keep up with this option attack.
And that's exactly how you draw it up. And that's why the option's so hard to stop. QB, man, draw the defense in. Look at me. I'm the first option. Bam. Next thing you know, he pitches it, gets a positive gain down the field.
And he had no option on that one. Defense ready for anything, and they stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. On the option. They get him on the ground at the 33, but not before he picks up 6. They're looking at a 3rd down and short from the 33. They'll run the option. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
You can skin the cat a lot of different ways. You're just trying to get enough yards to pick up that first down. It's not the dive man. It's not the quarterback. He makes the right read, pitches it out, and he's just able to get enough to keep these sticks moving.
And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. The Miners look to do some damage in the red zone. On the option. Pulls it on the option. Got enough space. Touchdown, UTEP. Excellent pass by the back on the option.
And the offense doing a nice job mixing the option play on that drive. They're able to get the defense outflanked. Nice decision by the QB, pitching it outside wide, the running back using his speed.
Now the two-point conversion attempt is coming. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Into the end zone for the two-point conversion, and with that, they take the lead.
When you only got a few yards to go, I love when you get the ball on the perimeter. Defense is all crowded inside, tight, pitch it on the outside, running back does the rest. Nice play call.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Beaver offense, ready to go. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
And the Beavers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wide receiver comes in motion. Running inside, it's Hatcher. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Ball sitting right at the 30, it'll be third and short. Defense loves to show heat and try to confuse the quarterback. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. The Beavers send out the punt unit. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. The ball hits at the 5, and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback. UTEP has the ball, and the Miner offense ready to go to work. How about that blocking up front and that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job, opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. On the option. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 28. Here comes the option. He'll try to get to the marker himself. There's a crease. They finally knock him down. What a great pitch and run on the option.
Well, this is an offense that has a lot of speed, and they have different guys they would love to get the football to in space, and they can find a lot of different ways to do that. I love the idea of going option here and trusting your quarterback to make the right read. If no one accounts for the pitch, man, he's going to get it to the outside, and you see the speed on the perimeter. Really clever play call that time by the O coordinator.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll run the option. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. Goes to the option. Now the toss. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection. And the Miners will snap it on 1st and 10. Now on the option. He'll do it himself. He picks up the fumble, but they'll blow it dead right there. And remember, at this stage of the game, the only person who can advance a fumble for the offense is the fumbler. Scoop and score! Touchdown, UTEP! That's his 3rd score of the game, and he's up to double figures with 10 on the season.
This This offense does a really nice job mixing and matching when they want to use these option plays just to catch the defense off balance. They did it right there. Great execution, getting the ball into the pitchman's hands, and man, he showed you the speed.
Interesting decision here, but if they make the two, it'll be a two-possession game and a 9-point lead. Sends it back in motion. He's into the end zone. The two-point conversion makes it a two-possession game and a 9-point lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Just enough time to get off one more snap. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, welcome into the EA Sports College Football Update Show, the Week 4 edition. So let's dive right in. We begin with a look at Penn State taking on the Wisconsin Badgers. And it's the Nittany Lions looking to extend that win streak to 4 in a row. It's one of the better coaching jobs in football right now, and a nice payday could be on the horizon. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside the Big Ten. Now over to your game inside the Sun Bowl. What an effective job both of these teams have done running the football. Both have gone over 100 yards, and it's because both have committed to pounding the rock. Credit these coordinators with sticking to the game plan. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at one of the most picturesque settings in the game, Sun Bowl Stadium.
The Miners will kick it away to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Holly, what's the story as we start this second half?
Catching up with the Beavers head coach at the half. He is so frustrated with his defense right now. They've given up over 80 yards on the ground in that rushing attack. Known for their run game defense, they have got to be more stout at the line of scrimmage. The good news, they are running the ball well. The line of scrimmage has been dominant. He said, we've got to keep it going on offense and tighten things up defensively if we want to stay in this game. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Short completion on first down, and here they are with 2nd and 8. They're going to run it. Could be an alley. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll send the tight end in motion. On the ground with the counter. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. The Beavers are flying down the field. Everybody and their brother showing blitz. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
And, man, this is more of the same for this dude toting the pill. Like, they keep giving it to him, and he keeps producing. Another chunk play. Like, I don't expect that they'll change much to do with this offense because every time they give it to him, he's chewing up some yards, and good things are happening.
There he goes. They bring him down, a big gain on the option, and they will challenge your ability to tackle in space. And the Beavers will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. Quickly complete. Touchdown, Beavers! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And it's a really nice play call that time by the offensive coordinator because you just had an explosive run getting you down close to the goal line. I think everybody on defense was expecting them to just turn around and hand it off again. Not the case. Now you go pass. Really nice catching the defense off guard, and they get the touchdown. Bang, bang, 2 plays, 6 points on the board.
On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And they close that drive going to the air for the final few inches. And he takes this from inside the 5. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he's stopped right there. The UTEP offense headed out to the field to start this drive. So after watching their defense immediately give up a touchdown drive here in the 3rd quarter, they'll try to answer here. He's wrestled to the ground. They ran the option beautifully, and they pick up the 1st down.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
Gives it on the option. Snuffed out behind the line of scrimmage, and we have not seen much of that. What a day he's had so far.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like, really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page.
There he goes to the left. They get him corralled, but not before. They had their eyes going everywhere trying to keep up with this option attack.
And what a great decision by the quarterback. Like, it's such a timing and an art when you run this option. Like, you want to get those guys to collapse on you like he does and get that pitch man open. And then you see now he has space to run down the field and make the big play.
And the Miners will snap it on 1st and 10. The option look. He'll toss it. Pickup of 5 is now 2nd and 5.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
Might have a chance. They finally knock him down. What a great pitch and run on the option.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
On the option. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points.
Playing the option, man, consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time, and they're able to make a quick stop.
And I like what this offense did. They run the option. They're good at it. They read it. They run the pitch. They get some positive yards. But more importantly, they set up a 4th and really short. They're successful in these situations most of the time.
He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. The Miners pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. They'll run the option. He'll pitch it. Touchdown, Miners! Great job by the back on the option.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
Getting set for the point after. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. They march 79 yards on the drive and close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Holly Rowe has an update.
Here on the Oregon State sideline, this defense has been the star of the show today. The offense has had their back against the wall, and now is the moment. They've got to come alive. They are trailing in this game, and I can see them talking to each other before they take the field for this drive. Now is their moment. They feel it, and they're trying to get each other hyped up and ready to go for this possession. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Howie. Working well behind the sticks on second down. They want to run this quarterback. Knocked off his feet.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going, but moving forward, let's...
Snags it, and there's running room. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. We'll see if this offensive line is ready for the blitz. Quickly to the tight end. Nice move, creates some space. He goes out of bounds, and that'll take us to the start of the 4th quarter. After the completion, we see there is a man down, and the clock will stop to check on him. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. They'll go back to work with the first down in the final period. They'll move the tight end. Coming out on first down with the play fake. A strike downfield. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon State!
Hey, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again. And how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a masterclass in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way, and you're right. In college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And the score comes on a touchdown pass covering 28 yards. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Miners offense, they've got a first down here. What a start it's been to this season. We've got a great game here. Close ball game, 4th quarter. Couldn't ask for anything more. On the option. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
On the option. Keeps it on the option. Leaves it with the back. And they not only knocked him down behind the line, they also put him back under the century mark for the day. It'll be 3rd and long. Here comes the option. Keeps it himself. They make the stop at the 26, and let's see if they bring out the punt team. We'll have a stoppage here as there is a Beaver down on the field. The senior defensive tackle being looked at. Personnel. Holly Rowe will keep us up to date on how he's doing. Now this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really backfire if they don't convert on 4th down. He'll do it himself. He'll toss it. Picks up the 1st down. There's a little room there. He's got enough for the 1st down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. And the Miners come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll run the option. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Goes to the option. Couple of guys there to get him on the ground. This could be the biggest play of the game so far. 3rd down and 2. Now on the option. He'll pitch it. Oh, he's got some space. They'll make the tackle, but not before he's got enough to move the sticks and has this defense's head spinning with the option. The Miners have this offense rolling. The option look. Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
And I think offense is showing they are willing to run the football even if they don't get big gains. Just those body blows that can sometimes wear out a defense and keep the balance on offense so I can be explosive.
On the option, the pitch. Finds a crease at the 20. Touchdown, UTEP! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
The running back is going to get the long touchdown run of the stats, but the option was run beautifully. How about the timing down the line of scrimmage? A perfect pitch, and the running back takes it and does the rest. That's why this offense is hard to stop. So many options on so many plays.
If he can make this one, the lead will be 3. Right down the boulevard. They marched 79 yards on the drive, and he closed the deal by scooting 31 yards for the score. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Oregon State offense to get this drive started. Giving up that last touchdown was an absolute killer. Now it's a 2-possession game. They must get something here. Under fire. Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15. The Beavers want to pick up the tempo.
Well, you got to think here offensively that you may have 2 more possessions in this game. You can still win, but you've got to be aggressive. You've got to start taking shots vertically down the field, throwing to your best players.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. He'll do it himself on the draw, and he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down. Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. Training staff will take a look and will step aside. 3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. Wants to throw. It's Murphy. Flips it out on the screen. Breaks into the open. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the 1st down. They pretty much have to keep the offense on the field, and they'll get right to the line of scrimmage. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Beavers! They wanted it all, and that is exactly what they got.
That is such a great job by the offense, putting together a touchdown drive when they needed it most. Not a lot of time left to go, but if their defense can get them the ball back, they've got an opportunity to kick a field goal and walk out of here with the win.
Lining up for the PAT. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And the final 53 yards coming courtesy of that touchdown pass. On the run from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll send the back in motion. Got a little space.
And I tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Slithers into maybe a crease. That's the 50, the 30, the 20. He is in. Touchdown, UTEP. He scores for the 5th time in this game.
David, this guy's showing us everything he's got in his toolbox. Between the tackles, running outside, the elusiveness, the vision, the speed, the patience. And with that home run, now has over 200 yards rushing in this game.
And there's nothing more frustrating than a guy that just keeps coming and keeps coming. They keep feeding him, and he keeps breaking tackles. He keeps making big plays. This defense has had absolutely no answer for that stud.
If he makes this one, the lead will be 3, and at least a field goal won't beat you. And that extra point might be the thing that brings it home. They're up by 9 late in the 4th. They wasted no time on that drive. Got it on their 25, and 2 plays later, they're in the end zone. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. The run inside. It's Newberry. Got enough for the 1st. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
Complete downfield. Gets the ball right to the 50-yard line, and that'll be enough for a 1st down.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a 1st down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Caught behind the line. It's Newberry. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
Timeout is called, and that will be the second charge to Oregon State. And they'll still have one timeout left at their disposal. They'll move the wide receiver. He wants to throw it again. Finds his big tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good. Throws toward the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Back to throw, it's Murphy. Just gets rid of it before the heat.
I think the frustrating thing for this offense at this point is they've had a lot of success, and still they find themselves down on the scoreboard. And so I think if you're going to get back in this game, you've got to go back to the well. Think about the play calls that have worked for you in this game, where you found success, where you found your explosive plays. Don't be afraid to call those plays again right now in this 2-minute situation.
Desperately wanted to convert on fourth down, but couldn't do it. And some room to, maybe some room here. The 40, he's at the 30. Inside the touchdown Miners. Rolled into the end zone, and this crowd was eating it up. As they pushed that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column. So you think they shouldn't run up the score like this? I remember an old story of one coach telling the other one, I only coach one team, man. It's your job to stop me.
Yep, I like that approach. That should be your philosophy, but that doesn't mean you don't remember that. You have a turn later on, a lot of times, when your team's better, to do the same thing, to return the favor, and then make him forget that.
15-point lead, going for 2 here. If they get it, it'll be a 3-possession game.
Here we go. 2-14 close. 2-14 close.
He gets into the end zone for the 2, and that is big. It's now a 3-possession game. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Beaver offense ready to go. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense, defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously, not what they hoped this would be, and that's demoralizing for a lot of these kids that have worked really hard in practice all week. But at this point here, you're just trying to prove to your coaching staff that you're not going to quit.
And they spike it to stop the clock. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Looking to throw, it's Murphy. He's brought down quickly, minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Plenty of fireworks in this one, a lot of points. They always talk about having the chalk last, and it seemed like whoever was on offense had the last laugh.
It's amazing how much offenses have just boomed in college football. So good, so many ways to hurt you, and you saw both of these offenses put on a show today, Jess.
Dave, we talked to both of these coaching staffs, and their defensive coordinators were losing sleep all week. They knew this was going to be a tough task ahead of them. So much speed, so much firepower on both of these offenses. And man, we saw that here today.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.